2 weeks ago, his mind was made up. He wasn't just leaving Juventus. He was going to retire altogether. He was mulling over the possibility of staying at Juventus to be groomed for some sort of executive role in the future. And then he says that he received an offer which really stimulated him, and which he found really enticing, and and then other offers came in as well. So, he's certainly mulling over the possibility of being back next year.
But why leave Juventus, a team that he wears a crest in his heart, is through and through? I mean, realistically, how much can he offer other big clubs? And if it's just one more season, why not just live it out at Juve?
Because I think we saw it this year, right? He's always, over the last 4 or 5 years, he's always, cup games and this game here and there, he always left it to his backup. This season, Wojciech Szczesny, who had been a starter before and who is considered a very good goalkeeper by Juventus, he played a huge amount of times, and I don't think Buffon's ever been in that situation where he sat so many times. So I think it was clear that from the club's perspective, they have decided to move on as well, and he says, I'd rather go somewhere else where fresh start. I might have a year left, I might have 2 years left, but I want to go where I can write a new chapter.
All right, let's go to Julian, because one of the rumors that we are hearing is that PSG are interested in Gigi Buffon. Julian, do you know any more on that?
Yeah, I was told again tonight that there was a lot of truth in that. They need a goalkeeper. They want a goalkeeper anyway. The problem they have is with financial fair play. They probably can't afford a Jan Oblak or Thibaut Courtois, because they also want a couple of other players in key positions, and they couldn't be able to splash another 200 or 300 million euros like they did last summer. So their hands are a bit tied up in terms of spending the money. And obviously with Buffon, they wouldn't have to spend any money in terms of transfer fees, only in wages. So, it became an attractive option for them. I'm not convinced, I have to say, I'm not convinced, by Buffon going to PSG, simply because why would you delay for another 2 seasons getting a younger goalkeeper and not doing it now? But I can see why they're attracted with him like they were with Dani Alves last summer, for example.
I hate to be disrespectful of Gigi Buffon, and I'm not going to do so.
Steady, Gab's over there.
I defer to the goalkeeper legend here, in Casey Keller. But what I would say is that if you watch Gigi Buffon over the last couple of seasons and objectively evaluated him as a goalkeeper, it was clear, no doubt about it, that his best days were behind him. And it's gotten to the point to where those mistakes are happening more and more often, to the point to where you have to ask the question, maybe he's not good enough anymore, not to play at that high level. Is he a legend of the game? Of course. Has he been one of the best goalkeepers in the history of this game? Yes, he has. But we all get to a point to where it may just be time to turn the page, and he is at that stage right now.
Casey, should he just hang it up once and for all now, instead of just flirting with the idea of coming back and playing?
I think there's a difference between playing for the national team, playing for Juventus in Champions League semifinals, and maybe going somewhere else that you can just kind of play a couple seasons and be Gigi Buffon.
But PSG, PSG is not the place to do that.
Correct. That's not the place to do that. So if he really wants to play, I mean, obviously it depends on salaries. It depends on what he's asking for. If he just says, look, I want a different experience. I want to go somewhere. I want to be in LA. I want to be in New York. I want to be in China. I want to be in Saudi Arabia. I want to be somewhere to do something different. Great. But if he's saying, look, I need 10 more million to play another season, then I think Ali has a point. I think he's not at the top of his game to go to the top flight.
I think also, though, let's not forget, 3 of the 4 goalkeepers of the Champions League semi-finalists were Sven Ulreich, Loris Karius, and Keylor Navas this year. So, I'm not saying goalkeeper's not important.